All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Tap In with TT. My special guest today is Millyz. He is in the building, back with a new project. Before we get started, though, I must say thank you for supporting my kids, the basketball team, heavy in the AAU program, and donating to the kids. So I want to say thank you. You did help cover some uniforms, some travel expenses. So thank you for your donation.
Wow, that's fire.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah, the kids had a great time. They had a really good record, too.
Nah, that's lit.
So you got to come to one of their games.
Yeah, nah, I got to do that. I ain't going to lie. I forgot that I did that. But that's, I feel.
You had to take a pause like, I did that?
No, I feel great about that.
You did put the Zelly in. You don't remember Zelly me? Or
No.
Cash App in one of them. Apple Pay was something.
I don't. When it come from the heart, it don't even go into my memory for real.
Yeah. So
that's what's up though. We gotta go to a game.
Yeah, you do. It's back on. I think they're in Jersey. They're in Jersey this weekend, playing in a tournament.
What's their names?
TS Elite.
Okay, the TS Elite. Come on, TS Elite.
Yep.
You gotta be elite.
Yep, exactly. So shout out to them. So you back with a new project. Tell me about it.
It's R&P, so I got a lot of styles, but I got so known for doing bars and just high level rap bars. That's what I was going viral for. But I always had melodic songs that would do millions on YouTube and do millions in general, but I was never getting the credit for it. So I just really wanted to dial back and do a whole melodic album and show people that I could do that. And I really did it as a passion project, but it's streaming like one of my rap projects.
Yeah.
So I feel very, blessed and highly favored about that.
And he's not Jack Harlow, everybody. You know, Jack Harlow just dropped the R&B
Jack
album.
my man, no, Jack my man.
He got killed out there in them streets.
I support any artist taking a risk, But no, what I do is what I do. Like I'm a real R&B lover from the inception. Boys to Men was the first music I really locked in with.
Yeah.
Before anything. So.
Yeah. And one of the greatest R&B groups of all time come from Boston.
Absolutely. Shout out Mike Bivins. Shout out Bobby Brown, the original Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Shout out New Edition, man, for sure. They got New Edition Way.
Yeah.
They got the street now.
I know. That's crazy. They did that last year, right? Or was it?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
My timelines are blurred.
Yeah. So tell me, like, the R&B influence, though. Like, where does that come from? Like, like, how did you grow up in, like, a church to get that soulfulness, or?
I did grow up going to church. I used to go to a Haitian church on Sundays. I would get, like, dragged there because my best friend was Haitian at the time. I'd sleep over on Saturdays, so they bring me to church in the morning. But that's not really where I caught the musical influence. I think I just caught it from, the radio. Like, I would find myself memorizing, like, Usher, like, ad-libs. Not just, I'm catching the riffs and the harmonies, and there's other things sticking out in my mind where I kind of knew I was musical. And then I really locked in with, like, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
And one of my favorite albums.
I got that I got her tattooed on my leg. Like, I got her with all the Grammys tattooed on my leg. So, her, Boyz II Men, Drew Hill. I was really into, like, the music that just sounded big. Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
And that always resonated with me. I feel like music come from God.
Yeah.
And it's just a spiritual thing when you listen to it. Some of these people sing so amazingly and beautifully, like a Whitney Houston song. Like, that gotta come from God.
Yeah,
that's such a beautiful
that voice,
creation. There's no other way.
It's like a gift. People have certain gifts, and that talent strictly comes from God. When you're blessed with that gift, that's how you're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be
100%.
doing. When you have that gift and you're tapped into it, So for people who are just getting familiar with you, how would you describe Millyz beyond the music?
Beyond the music, spiritual person, businessman, entrepreneur. And I would just like to say, a good-hearted person as much as I can be in a negative world sometimes. Somebody that's trying to better my community.
I love that about you too.
Yeah.
You do a lot for your community.
Yeah.
And the love is reciprocated because when you go to Boston, they treat you like you're the president.
Yeah.
That's how you know you take care of your community.
Yeah, and so it starts in Cambridge and it extends to Boston. We do a lot, and it always been for me because I was an at-risk kid. So my thing, I might not be the most positive role model in the light under some people's, views, but I know who I'm trying to reach. I'm trying to reach the kids. It's like, they say you got to give the candy with the medicine sometimes. You can't just get the medicine that tastes nasty. You got to get. Yeah. So I pop out with the jewelry and show the success and that shit that these kids want. But then I'm going to lead you in a positive direction after that, as much as I could. So, yeah, I pride myself on that.
Yeah. You built a reputation from authenticity. How intentional are you about how you choose to share publicly and what you choose to keep private? Is there a balance between the two?
I think I always kept my life private. As far as the internet, like I show the internet what I wanted to see. My dog died, and I showed a million pictures after that because I was never. Yeah. That's my personal life.
Yeah.
But I'm getting more open to the public and things of that nature as my career progresses. But initially I came in and shit like, man, I got my internet life and then life. So
yeah. But I do like that you have that mystique. You have that mystique about you. Some things you don't share. And I like that. I think an artist can overshare. And it definitely feels like that now in this music space, right? Where it's just been so overloaded that folks are kind of like, oh my God, like why should I listen to the music when I see everything online?
Yeah, what they'd say, take me out the group chat.
Take me out the group chat. It could be a lot.
Yeah. That's a fact. I like letting the music speak for itself, and I pride myself on that too. Like I never really had no antics or nothing like that. It's just been the music and shit like that.
Well, that's interesting because I was just my next question to you is going to be that, right, you come out of a market where it doesn't always get the mainstream spotlight musically, right? Mm-hmm. For never, but for an athlete, it's the place to be, right?
Yeah. Shit.
Right. So what did you have to do differently to break through in a market it's pretty tough to break through as a musician, but as an athlete, you lit.
It's so crazy. That give me chills that you saying that because it's the realest thing ever. Like, if you are the 53rd player on the Patriots, you will have support where we from because we are raised to push sports. That is the identity of Massachusetts. When you're in 4th grade, they're going to tell you, oh, no, you can leave school now because the Patriots parade is going on or the Celtics. Like, they on that. Like, your teachers will actively tell you, you watching the game tonight? Like, the Celtics are in the finals. Like, it's a thing in Mass. So sports is so embedded in our culture and music is not. Although we've had New Edition and we've had... Damn, I'm a blank on who else we had. We had New Kids on the Block.
A lot of different artists come out of there, and actors too.
We had we had Ed O.G., Mark Wahlberg. Yeah. Salute my brother, one of my biggest supporters in life. But it's very hard to make it where we're from as far as just statistically, like being an artist. If you really look at the stats, you're gonna look at New York and be like, all right. Maybe in the last 20 years, 500 to 1,000 artists got record deals at minimum.
Yeah.
Bare minimum, just got a deal. That don't mean you popped, but in Mass, maybe like 4 over 20 years.
And you guys have to travel.
Yeah, but we're 3 hours away, so there's something that's fundamentally weird when it comes to trying to make it out of Mass. And it felt like an uphill battle on roller skates sometimes, but I'm very proud to be able to ascend from that and try to put other artists on there.
How did you do that, though? What was the blueprint to that?
The blueprint for me, like I hit the glass ceiling in Massachusetts, which is you're not gonna get no bigger than like Pup Dog and like
shout out to Pup Dog. Like that's my guy.
You're not gonna get bigger than the radio and Pup Dog's rocking with me. The whole city kind of knew my name.
Yeah.
But man, I just started getting on that bus to New York because every time I would get on the bus, I'd take the Fungwall bus to New York, and then I'd just be around. I'd pop up to whoever, whatever flyers.
Massachusetts, when you could name the bus route.
Yeah, I'm taking a Fungwall bus, $15, the Chinese joint, flying on the highway. I'm getting know
if you're going to survive that
Yeah,
joint.
nah, for real. I'm in the back, but at the same time, I don't got nothing to live for real. So I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And I'd pop out, and I just try to get in with whatever I could in the New York scene. Like if I seen you on a flyer, if I seen Drewski, Hot 97 Drewski, you know what I'm saying? Or just anybody. Like I'm popping out. And eventually I met Kiss. Then I started being around Kiss, and I watched what he would do as a professional rapper. He gave me a stamp. I kept just pushing harder because no labels jacked me or nothing like that. So I just kept pushing, and I really just, it's that willpower. But that go back to God, too. The same way God give you the music, God give you the power to push through and stomp on these motherfuckers. Excuse me, I don't know if I could curse. Yeah, you could curse.
To that moment, to that point, right? What was that moment for you that said, holy shit, this could really work? What was that moment?
I think that moment came in spurts.
Okay.
So I got I went viral for freestyles multiple times, and I was like, wow, like if 100,000 people could like a post, like that means I might be good. I might be like who I think I am. And then eventually I got some checks. And when the checks started to come, and the checks was from back payments, royalties. It wasn't like an advance.
Yeah.
No one ever said, here's an advance because I believe in you. It was, no, I put out a project and fans went and got it. And they overwhelmingly got it. And then I saw a big check one day. I didn't even know what the check was for.
Wow.
It was for my tape.
And there was no middleman because you
no middleman, direct distro. So I was on a 85-15 split, like
wow.
With no money put up. They put up 20,000.
Wow.
And when I saw my check back, it was whatever it was, 80,000 or some shit like that. And I was like, I thought the 20,000 was the last money. I was very happy about that money. You know what I mean? But it came back, and then I was like, oh no, I'm in here. And then through time, I had various ascension levels where I felt like, all right, I'm making it happen.
Yeah. So you've built a strong independent presence. Yeah. A lot of artists would have given up on an independent route because it is a grind, but it's very lucrative when you do it right and you do it efficient. And it's like some people don't understand efficiency is key when you're an independent artist, right? What have you learned about ownership and control in this industry, right? Like for those who are looking at the landscape as it is today, because I strongly feel like you can really build a strong independent infrastructure while the major labels are so focused on algorithm if you do it efficient. And that's what I think a lot of artists miss the mark on is efficiency. It's so rushed. They don't take their time and do it right. So what have you learned in this process that you can share?
I've learned so much, but no, that's a great question because and just the point you stated, like efficiency, knowing how to be efficient, like where if you're on a major or something, you might have spent 30 to 40 on a video. I'm spending 2 to 3 bands on a video, but them shits is going up.
Yeah.
And they look good.
Yeah.
But I'm getting the same person. They're just not taxing me like that.
Yeah.
So it's finding that, it's finding your visual team, finding that engineer, and then just learning how to do it. Like I wasn't clocking in the studios. Instead of the studio, I got the home set up coming to me.
Yeah.
I'm recording for hours. I work out, but it's hard from the standpoint that you got to be the employer. So you paying the engineer, you gotta pay security, you're gonna pay your driver, you're gonna pay everything. But in the end, you own everything that's coming back. And I did have a big distribution situation in 2023 where they cut like a huge check, and that showed me a couple differences. That kind of showed me how it would be to be on a major because it was just this budget flooded into me, and I kind of got a little careless with it.
Yeah.
But when it's your own money, you think different about it.
Yeah, and exactly because just working with artists and having been in studio with major artists, having been in studio with independent artists, one of the things, even with as simple as studio time, like when you go in a studio and you're working on your own budget or anybody's budget, like you should be intentional about what you're going in there to do.
100%.
If you have the beats ahead of time, write them shits out before you go in the studio. So when you get in there, you're
100%.
cutting, you're layering, you're
100%.
rearranging your vocals.
100%.
You're actually just going in there to work. You're not going in there to write, kick it on Instagram,
smoke hookah,
smoke weed, get shot. You're going in there with intention to get a project done, and it's already formulated and written in your head. I mean, of course, you know, you might have the producer and other people that's like, tweaks here, tweaks there, but you're intentional about your time and the money that you're spending.
Yeah. Because you got to know what luxuries you can and can't afford to that point. Like, if I went into the studio, like you was talking about, like I did everything that you was just saying. I would never go to the studio and not have something prepared because I'm like, man, this shit $50 an hour, $100 an hour.
Shit, nowadays it's $500 an hour.
That's what I'm saying. So, man, I'm not going to be in there bullshitting. I'm coming ready. Now I got more of the luxury to be like, I'll go lock in with an artist and we could talk for 6 hours and then make a song at the end of the session. Like we was in the studio last night for a while long and just kicking it. But, you know, that comes after doing what you said a million times, being prepared, pulling up at sessions, making sure I'm not, you know, wasting no bread and blowing the budget. And don't blow other people's budgets neither.
Yeah, because
that
eventually
shit,
it is your budget.
It's tapped onto you for real. And you're going to look
Exactly.
up one day like, damn, if I just didn't spend that extra $200,000 on whatever, like I'd be recouped by it now. $400K, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And in them deals, you're not recouping at, so if it's 500, let's say it's 500K for your pocket, you're going to recoup at whatever the percentage is that you agreed with them. So it's not just like you make your 500K back and then you even. No, you got to make double that or whatever is in the contract. So it's weird shit. You got to be careful with them budgets.
Yeah, very much so. You've been, speaking of music, you've been consistent with your sound, but also evolving as an artist, right? How do you know when it's time to switch it up? When it's time to try R&B, melodic sounds, which is on this new project you just dropped, which is available right now, guys, for you to stream. You know, when do you say, all right, I gotta switch, I gotta evolve, I gotta make this move?
I think it's just what I feel. I built some sort of freedom in my career where I could take chances. You know, if I couldn't, I would just do rap songs all day and do cypher songs because those would pay my bills for real. There's an audience for that, and I just go get all the high-level rappers and keep doing that formula. But it gets to a point like I want to do what's in my heart. It's music, you know? So whether this shit go out bad or if it go good, I want to be able to drop what I want. And that's just, it's kind of, you know, I just got to make my decisions in my life.
Yeah, yeah. When do you know that a Millyz record it feels like it's complete? When you know, okay.
Like a song or?
Yeah, like an album, a song, when you know, like, yeah.
I think it starts like if I get like 3 to 4 songs in one session and then I'm like, oh, that's a, you know, that's a piece of concrete right there. I could build off that. And then, once I get that batch of songs and if I could listen to the songs like 1,000 times over. Yeah. You know, that New York to Boston drive, flight to Cali, if I could just keep playing the songs, I'm like, this is good enough to put out. Yeah. And that's
no
kind of when I
right?
know. No skips, yeah. No filler.
Let's talk a little bit about the culture and perception, right? There's always this conversation around image, background, a perception in hip hop. How have you, particularly now, right, when you see like a lot of things online, the snitch, the no snitch, the this, the that, just a lot of conversation around perception in hip hop, right? How do you navigate that space as an artist?
I think that just goes back to like your morals and how you were raised and who you raised yourself up to be. Because I can't be weird just because everybody else is weird. You know? Like, if everybody turn weird in the world, that don't mean I'm going to turn weird. Right. Or go against something. If everybody right now start doing something that I think is morally wrong, I'm not jacking that just because I'm not going with the sheep. You know what I mean? And so I think that's what it comes down to with the music industry. Like, man, everybody's going left. People throwing out their lives. People throwing out year-long relationships, decade-long relationships for some clout, for anything. And you just got to be one of the people to stand firm through all of that and be like, I'm not going to do that goofy shit just because goofy shit is the wave right now. Yeah. So I feel like that's what it is with the industry. The industry get goofier by the day, and that's why sometimes I just be loving being independent and doing my own thing, although the industry comes with perks if you get in there and get it shaking.
So that's what I was going to ask you, right? As an independent artist, did you feel you had to prove yourself more than others to have a seat at that table?
Like prove myself in what sort of way?
Like as an artist, like I can really rap. I can
really
do this.
100%. I definitely felt like I felt like I had to overly show people I could rap, and I could rap better than your favorite. On any platform, I checked every single box that there is to check in hip hop as far as like platforms that are known for rapping. Yeah. And I checked them shits multiple times. Yeah. I done sat with the best rappers. Yeah. You know, my shit is co-signed from Hove down. Kiss is my mentor. So my shit is all the way stamped. But I felt like I had to go out and get that for sure because it wasn't a machine putting it there. Yeah.
But it feels great when you accomplish that on your own,
right? Because it's like being an underdog. And even to go back to the to the Jack project you were talking about, he's on a major, so that gets critical analysis from the whole media. When I drop, it's just in the music space, But
I think the difference between this project and Jack's project, and I love Jack, but yours, it's really, really good.
But whatever it is, it won't get the light on it as like a industry artist.
Yeah, like a Jack Harlow will be bigger because he has the machine.
Yeah, so that machine, that's where, and I say that just to say, that's where being an independent artist is like a uphill battle on roller skates, and you gotta fight and claw and climb up because you really going against shit with the machine where it's like, damn, if all these people supposedly don't like it, well, everybody talk about it. Well, I just dropped something amazing, and it won't be no write-ups or nothing like that, but it'll be my fan base, and that feeds me monetarily, which at the end of the day, I think the whole goal is to get some money out this shit and go live on the beach.
Saying.
You know what I mean?
And I feel like that's an okay career to have. And I feel like a lot of artists,
if we could vacation and we could
and my bills can get paid.
My bills are paid. I could fly lay flat and stay in the 5-star hotels and write this music. I don't gotta be famous. Now, fame would give me a couple more dollars, you know.
But I think there's a misconception to that. I think there also is a lot of famous people who are fucking broke.
Yeah.
And love to pretend.
But they don't got that ownership.
And love to pretend that they're bigger than what they are. And the thing that I love about you is that your fans seem to deeply connect with your music. What do you think that they relate to the most?
I think just like the honesty and pain, I'm going to be vulnerable as I can and let them know. Because as much as I pop it on the gram and I'm going to show you the jewelry and show you the lit shit, like I'm going to still tell you I'm hurting and what I'm going through.
Yeah.
But I think it's just that, the relatability. I don't think I'm better than nobody. I think they could tell that through the music and in real life experiences. Like it's really a janitor to the CEO type of respect scale with me, for real.
Yeah, yeah. When you have those dark days that you just spoke about, what keeps you locked in? What keeps you going and not letting the momentum slow down?
Just knowing like it's the process, and this is how the process is gonna feel. Like it's not every day. If you're waking up and you're trying to build something, not to go biblical again, but even like Noah's Ark, like his shit was probably blown during like, damn man, I gotta keep building this boat. Yeah. But it's like,
but that's life.
Yeah, you just gotta keep building, and some days you gotta remove your feelings, like remove your emotions and remove your feelings, and put one foot in front of the other and walk. Tomorrow you're gonna feel a little better than you do today.
Yes.
Yeah, and the more you put one foot in front of the other, keep going before you're ready. You're never gonna be ready, so just go. One foot in front of the other. It'll be okay. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, maybe not next month, but in a year, whatever time it'll be, if you just stay consistent and don't let your feelings put you in a place where you're just laying dormant and not doing nothing, you'll be all right. Everything will be all right, and it'll be more than all right.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
I was just telling a friend that the other day. They said to me they feel so overwhelmed. And I'm like, it's just doing one little thing each day.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, this won't feel so difficult because you are moving, you're just having that forward momentum. So what does the next version of Millyz look like as we talk about the future, both musically and personally?
Personally, I don't know. Personally, I don't know. But musically, I'm gonna play you shit. I'm coming with that shit.
Okay.
Like I'm swinging for the fences. Indie, not indie, whatever. I'm swinging for the fences because I got a record out there. It's 20 million streams away from being a gold record.
Wow.
And
that's pretty massive.
Yeah, you know. But I want platinum diamond shit.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm swinging for the fences because I do believe I could do it all. And I'm collaborating with big producers like Rushan and just different people. I'm getting in that bag. Whatever a major artist is going to do, I feel like I got the infrastructure now to go and do it. And I'm going to go play ball at the highest level for real.
I love that. So my last question would be, if someone listens to your catalog years from now, what do you want them to feel or understand about your journey? Gotta think about that one, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess pride and glory, like that's always kind of been my theme, you know, pain and glory. Let me say pain and glory. It takes pain to get the glory. This is an endurance thing. Life is so much about what you can endure. And I feel my music is a great example of that. You know, if you could just endure. I feel the people that win the most are the people that can endure the most without breaking their spirit.
Yeah. Who can suffer through the dark times.
If you could suffer through the dark times and even not suffer, but like endure. You know, if you can endure the pain and the trials and tribulations and the turbulence in life, man, you're going to get to that glory and it's going to feel better than ever. That's why my wins feel so amazing, because my losses felt so horrible. And that's what I think my music conveys, that keep going, that keep enduring, and you're going to get this glory.
Amen to that. On that note, everybody, it is Millyz. His new project is available now.
And I broke her mic because, you know what I mean?
His new project is available right now on all streaming platforms. Make sure you guys support, all right? It's Tap In with TT, and thank you so much.